Welcome to part 3 of Gray's Anatomy for Organisations, Avoiding Disruption. In part 1, we introduced the 4 perspectives of an organisation, how they cannot be separated and how they all influence each other. We use the 4 perspectives to show that in order to create a high-performing organisation, we need to move our external group world from being aligned to product or functions to one that is aligned to outcomes. In part 2, we discussed that in reality, we operate in both ways. And we introduced the 4 M's to enable aligning to outcomes. We also explained that there is a big red switch. It is binary. We can't have a bit of both. Let's explore how the 4 M's play out. The music industry provides a great example of the binary nature of the 4 M's. When we purchased a music album, we were sold a bundle of songs. The record company's mission statement was to create hit records. Their measurements were gold albums and the top 40 charts. But where were we, the customer? Apple's iTunes changed this in 2 ways. The internet meant individual songs could be delivered easily and cheaply, and the catalogue of songs was far larger than any physical record store could stock. But iTunes was still selling products, not outcomes. Along comes Spotify, Rhapsody, Pandora. Their mission statement was focused on the outcome of creating a music library for customers. Therefore, the operational model of streaming music for a monthly fee made sense. Now, Apple understands their customers and followed with Apple Music. The record companies, however, were stuck in their product function world and could not change. The new outcome-based measurement is customer engagement usage. This enables the goal-seeking with local feedback approach instead of rules, because when customer engagement drops, the risk of defection increases. The same shift is played out in other industries. Consider Kodak, Blockbuster and Nokia. Notice that on their logos they have an outcome-based mission statement. The outcomes Kodak were delivering were to share moments, share life. But the manifestations inside Kodak was to focus on their product, photographic film. They were disrupted by digital photography, and yet they were the ones that invented and patented the digital camera. Today, we share moments, share life through Facebook, Instagram, not by Kodak Book or Kodakgram. Blockbuster were in the video business. Video was already digital, yet they too were disrupted by a digital play. In 2008, when the CEO of Blockbuster was asked about his competition, he was looking the wrong way. Instead, he said, "Neither Redbox nor Netflix are even on the radar screen in terms of competition. It's more Walmart and Apple." Walmart and Apple were product competition. Blockbuster's product focus made them blind to the real competitive threat. 2 years later, Blockbuster filed for bankruptcy protection. Today, we watch Netflix or Amazon. Nokia had a great mission statement, connecting people. The problem Nokia had was they were locked into their telecommunications partners. The telcos wanted mobile phones that sold their products, voice calls and text. Apple's iPhone approach was to ignore the telcos and to build a mobile device for the customer. Apple's launch slogan was outcome-based. There's an app for that. Apple didn't even make the apps. Ironically, the telco products of voice calls and texts are being replaced by the apps. Apps like WhatsApp, Snapchat, Skype. As we can see, our choice between being aligned to product or functions versus being aligned to outcomes impacts our organisation's ability to adapt, transform and move into the future. For startups, it's the opposite message. As an outcome-aligned startup, we will have the most success when the incumbents are product or function based. In part 4 of Gray's Anatomy for Organisations, we look at organisational leverage and how everything we have talked about so far comes together to create our high-performing organisation. Thank you.